I'm also going to present my screen. Okay. Just in time, Erin, we're going to get started. Today, we are continuing with the writing we started last week. So you would get on It's Learning and go on to online resources and then click BCSC resources to get to Wonders. On Wonders, when you have logged in, you're going to go back to your to-do list and you're going to click the one that is written How to Writing. You've already worked with it, but there's no way that you've finished it yet. So it'll be under your to-do list, but I clicked on the wrong book. So I need to actually click on this because I cannot access it through the student edition. Unit 2, week 4. So it's this how-to text. We've already started on this. It's been assigned to you, so you can find it in your to-do list. It doesn't change. Let me make this bigger. You're going to go to continue assignment. Remember, you should have saved your work. Look, all my work that I did the other day with you guys is saved right here in the planning stage. So today, what you're doing is you're going to the draft stage. This is the area that you are going to take your planning notes and you're going to go through these and you're going to write your essay on your how-to that you picked your topic from. So here's my planning notes. If you wrote a whole lot more, it'll all be right here for you, okay? So then you would go to the next one. It says Introduction to Draft. When you write a draft, you are making a first pass at your writing. You don't have to worry about making mistakes when you write a draft. There will be time to fix those mistakes in later stages. So look at the student model. This is Julie's draft. So if we look at Julie's draft real quick, this is before she proofread everything about when she is writing about how to play Foursquare. You are obviously writing something different. So this is the area that you're going to start writing your thing. You're going to start with your introduction. Your introduction introduces your idea. Remember, it lists your materials, those kind of things. You're going to write a strong opening. It's going to have you go through and follow all of these steps to make sure you list your materials, organize your steps, that you pick the right tone, use specific text features, and then it's going to have you write the draft. So once you've gone through all those, you're going to type in this area. Once you have finished typing, like if I type something here, let's see. If I type this, I'm just writing random things right now. This is a model of my draft about how to make s'mores. If that's what I'm writing, when I'm done, I need to hit save. When it saves, when I get off, it will go back to this section. Okay, so today and tomorrow we are working on the draft stage because I'm about to get off the Google Meet. So you have a good chunk of time to work until 11 getting a good section written because we're going to be in the drafting stage for at least 2 days, maybe 3 days for you to write your essay. Remember, that's going to be probably around 5 paragraphs that you're writing about how to do whatever you decided that you're going to write about. Because later on, we're going to look at those writings as a class. So please take your time and think really well on this and do your best with this, okay? So you're just on the draft model today, okay? Now I'm going to go back to the Google Meet. If you have a question, put a question mark in the chat for me, please. Now, I notice Carter Arp has questions.
So, you know how we're picking up writing?
Yes, we're continuing with writing.
So I started writing last week, and out of the middle of nowhere, it just submitted. And it won't let me go back.
Well, then you need to stay on after everyone gets off and screen share with me, and we'll look at it. Okay? Any other questions? Eric?
So some of my stuff only takes 4 steps. So is it okay if I do 2? Like how to do 2 things?
No, just pick one, but just because it has 4 steps doesn't mean you can't go in big detail. Okay?
Oh.
We want detail. It's not just simple like writing a list. This is a writing, and I want you to focus on writing your best writing for those 4 steps, and you may need to over explain. What I want you to do is basically pretend that no one knows anything about how to do whatever you're doing. So if it's a s'more, if you're creating a s'more like I am, I'm going to pretend that no one's ever made a s'more before, and I have to over explain everything. So then if someone hasn't made a s'more before, they're able to actually know how to make a s'more. That's what we're doing, is over describing. Okay?
I'm going to do how to make a Reese's.
Okay. You need to write about that in great detail. Axel, you have a question. Hi, Josue. It's good to see you again. I want to talk to you here in a moment. Okay. Axel, what's your question?
So today, do we do how many paragraphs for that thing?
I would probably, you'll probably have 20 minutes. I'd try to get an introduction and maybe my first body paragraph done. That might be talking about one of my steps. You may do a paragraph for each one of your steps. That would be a good idea. So if your thing has 4 steps that you need to do, you can do an introduction, 4 paragraphs for each step, and then your conclusion. If you have 10 steps, maybe you can do 2 steps in each paragraph or something. Okay, so you need to group that, but get a good start on it today, okay? And work till 11. Once 11 o'clock hits, that's your lunch recess time, okay? If you don't have any more questions, you may get off and get started already. Carter Arp, stay on because I'm going to have you screen share here in a moment. And Josue, stay on real quick for me too. Aaron, do you have a question? No? Okay, Carter T, do you have a question? No? Bye. Axel, do you have a question? Okay. So I'm going to stop presenting and I'm going to stop recording my lesson.